parts. You might just give the software for free, man. You're giving everything for free. You're just giving value over value. It's an enterprise-ready solution that anybody can use, single person, agencies, or even enterprises, and they're all covered because you guys have thought about everything. And you'll get 40%, like it's almost 50% discount for 3 months. That's amazing. Hey champions, welcome to the show. I'm Sandeep, and today we are diving into the world of cloud software hosting. I'm thrilled to have Vikram Jindal. He's a CEO of Kloudbean. Is with us, and Kloudbean is quickly becoming a go-to platform for developers and founders looking to host powerful tools like n8n and Supabase with ease. So with that said, Vikram, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here itself. Thank you, Sandeep.
For our listeners who might not know, can you please share what Kloudbean is and what inspired you to start this company?
Okay, so Kloudbean is a managed cloud hosting platform. So it's more like where you can deploy your applications, your websites, your SaaS products, your AI, you name it, and you can actually host it on Kloudbean itself without actually having any DevOps overhead on you. So it's more like a team which is working with you, but without actually hiring any team. So in short, yeah.
Perfect. Welcome to the world of AI. Huh? Everything is like agent and humanless. So that's great. What problem does Kloudbean solve in particular?
So we saw, like, after working with a lot of founders and a lot of companies around the world, right? So we noticed that a lot of people actually really strive while actually maintaining their applications on the cloud platform. They're overly dependent on developers or DevOps engineers to make it sure that website is up and running all the time. And not a website, their applications, the part of the applications, because in the digital world we have everything on the platform, right? So on the cloud itself, and it's very mandatory to have everything up and running all the time. So this is where we thought, like, there are certain things which we can actually automate and make it super easy for someone to deploy their application and have without actually worrying if someone is available at the middle of the night to make it sure the website is up, and if something goes off on the side, someone is always be there. So just make it sure that you don't have to look forward to actually overspend to just make it sure that you are available for some time. Yeah.
Perfect. And how does this software differ from all the other offerings that are on the internet?
Okay, so when we talk about, like, the problem, like, and how we are differ from other platforms, right? So definitely there are a lot of platforms around the cloud space, and all of them are promising one-click deployments and easy to manage things. But since still we have found that there are a lot of platforms which are available for hosting such kind of applications. But what happens is you have to juggle in between. So someone is actually only allowing you to just the front end host it. And someone is only allowing you to just have the back end itself. At the same point of time, someone is only looking forward to just support you as a database itself, as a service. So we try to just figure it out, like, if somehow we can actually have a single dashboard where everything is managed. You don't have to do anything. Everything is very GUI. All you have to do is just few clicks, and all under one single dashboard. You don't have to navigate and juggle between different dashboards.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm intrigued to see that in action. So Vikram, we are an AI automation channel, mostly with n8n. So let's say our users or myself, I'm not technical, and how easy it is for me to host or self-host a software like n8n.
Absolutely. So let me take you through the whole dashboard itself and walk through itself.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah. So this is the dashboard once a user creates an account with Kloudbean, and this is the first screen they will actually able to see it. And right after you log in into your account, you have this green button which is saying Add Server. All you have to just click on this one, Add Server, and you will be navigated to a screen where you will have a selection of using any cloud provider. If you want to use Linode, you want to use Vultr, you want AWS. It's totally up to you. And there is no restriction on that. You can choose any of them. And all, like, my personal choice is always Vultr or Linode itself. And when I use it, and all, now next step is just you under the applications, you have to select the application. Like, talking about, we are looking forward to actually have n8n, right? So just selecting n8n, and now the data center, according to the Vultr or somehow any cloud provider select, you will have the choice of different data centers according to your location. Let us suppose we just Dallas right now, and just we can name it actually n8n, and server name we can also say n8n automations. And all we have to do is now, after doing this,
pick the server. Yeah, you have a comprehensive list of servers over there. Yes.
Right. And it's very easy to navigate. If somehow you go forward to select it's just like purchasing a laptop itself or some PC. You select 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM and 8 GB RAM. And usually we recommend 4 GB at least RAM, so that you don't actually even feel like there's something in
production. It will be fast enough. It will be fast enough. It will be good for production environments as well. Perfect.
All you have to do is now is, like, after selecting these 4 options, you have to just click on Launch now. It will redirect into you a Stripe screen, definitely. And we do offer free trials, so you don't have to actually pay for the first day itself. You will be given 3 days to just to make it sure that Cloudbean really fits to your needs itself. And all you have to do after definitely subscribing it, you have to come back to the main screen and you will have your server deployed. So for this,
Okay.
I've already my account's already having one server, so you can see as it is. And all you have to do is just this is the server itself. And if you see, right, so this is the server which is being deployed. You will have IP addresses and access for various details. At the same point of time, coming to how you can install a n8n server. So all you have to do is click on this either icon, or you can select tools on the header menu. So I have already installed one of the n8n, but let's do it once more. All you have to do is just click on n8n, add tool, and select n8n. You can save, let us say second, and select the service which you have. You can have multiple under your one account, and it will automatically going to install n8n instance. And the biggest thing is that you don't need to actually look forward to one single n8n instance. You can have multiple n8n installations on a single server, so there is no restriction on that part as well. It should not take more than 30 seconds to get this done. So yeah.
Yeah, I can see that it is installing. It is also giving the percentage, 15%.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. Oh, wow. Look at that. Jump to 91%.
Yes, it's almost done, right? So it's done. So you see,
Oh,
all you have to do is navigate to tools, and then you have another X in it, and all you have to do is now go into this, or either just click on Rocket button. You will be actually launched to that, and you just have to click on this, and your n8n is now launched.
oh,
So
wow.
it's that easy. So you don't have to get into a lot of things before actually launching an n8n, or you have to babysit your servers. Everything is managed from backups to security, so everything has been taken care of already.
Oh, look at that. So you don't have to worry about Docker or anything. It was just like a
No,
one-click solution. And
absolutely.
a lot of people, they use n8n with Supabase or Postgres. Do you have those as offerings on the tools?
Absolutely. All like again, this is very simple, same repetitive process, which is add tool, go into tool list. You have multiple tools. If some of them are not available, just request on chat support, and someone will be able to give you that as well. All you're just giving example. Let us suppose with n8n we are looking forward to have Supabase. All you have to
Mhm.
select is Supabase, and we can say demo, and we can select the server again, and just add tool. So nothing more than that you have to do, and everything will be automatically installed. And you have your Supabase self-hosted Supabase on the same server where you have your n8n installed up
Okay.
and running.
All right. And how do you monitor these servers once they're deployed, or these applications once they're deployed? How much memory, disk usage?
Okay, so talking about the monitoring, right? So there are two aspects when we would talk about the monitoring. As a user, you can actually have the full insights of how much RAM is being consumed, how much CPU is being consumed. At the same point of time, at the behind the process, right? So every single server is monitored by us as well. So there is a full monitoring happening on the server side. If something goes bad at the server side, we will notify you before actually even something happens on the production environment. So this kind of monitoring right now is enabled on Cloudbean. By default, it is coming. So there is no like it's more like a not upsell. So it's everything is inclusive into it.
Perfect, perfect. And like this seems like magic. It's happening pretty fast. It's installing the entire software. What does the user see from the monitoring perspective? Can we see the dashboard or like the n8n if it was running, how much memory it is taking or something like that? Just wanted to see the dashboard
Absolutely,
or
absolutely.
tools.
Like giving example, since we are installing Supabase, right? So it's not gonna
Yeah.
actually allow us to just navigate into this screen. So meanwhile, I can
Okay.
show you around how this what are the settings which are available with n8n, which you can choose and try it out. So if
Mhm.
somehow you wanted to upgrade your server, right? So the n8n version, sorry, where you can just all you have to do is just click for update, and it will automatically update to the latest version. So the big I guess most of the people who are doing self-hosting, they have this problem actually to
Yeah.
upgrade it to the latest version, because they have to go into a lot of hassle to just make it sure that your n8n is updated. Since we have just installing it, so the latest version is already been pulled and deployed, so it's not showing anything, but it's just one click again. And at the same point of time, domain, you can have your custom domain as well. Like if someone you wanted your domain abc n8n.abc.com, you can have that as well into
Oh,
this.
nice.
Yeah, and it will automatically going to deploy. All you have to do is just add your server address as a record in your DNS, and then make it primary itself, and it will automatically going to redirect it to this itself. You don't have to do
Oh,
any
nice.
configuration. Yeah. So
So
another thing which is yeah,
yeah,
yes,
please,
Sandeep.
please go ahead. Sorry about that. Please continue.
No
This
worries.
is amazing. I'm like, we have access to the server. It has been installed right away. On top of that, I can have my own domain aliases, so I can have n8n.sandy.com, and if I provided I have www.sandy.com, I would like to see more. Like what do we have over here now? I'm intrigued.
Absolutely correct. So since you can see it's a configuration in variables, if you want to change some environment variables, you don't have to go into CLI again to just make it sure that you change it. You just have to add variable, and it will automatically assemble it for you within the env files. And at the same point of time, you have your credentials. If you want to restart your tool, you can do that as well. Just one click and it will restart. And if somehow you are looking forward to install your own SSL, or somehow let's encrypt, if somehow you want it, you just can do that as well. And talking about the backups are pre-enabled. You don't have to enable anything, but you can customize it. Like by default, it is set to 7 days a week, and every day one single backup will be taken for 7 days, and it will be incremental, and you can restore applications anytime, and if somehow something goes bad. So it's
Perfect.
super easy. Since we have just launched this server, so there is no backup, so that's why the drop down is not working. But otherwise, they will be actually having this. And at the same point of time, talking about the access log, if somehow something goes bad at the end, you can actually directly have access to some of the logs which comes here directly. And so this is the whole settings which you get with the n8n, and it differs from one platform to another. Like Supabase will have certain different settings, and some sorts different tools have different settings accordingly.
So guys, for those who you do not know, custom domain is anything that google.com or your own name.com, and you should have something like that so that it makes you look more professional. All the AI agencies out there, you have your school communities or your own YouTube channels or XYZ, your firstname.lastname.com. So you can have n8n.firstname.lastname.com that makes you look more professional. And if you can please go to config and variables, Vikram.
Absolutely.
So the environment variable, there are a lot of community nodes for which you might have to change the environment variables, and it's usually a little bit difficult or a little bit tricky on Docker containers and self-hosted platforms like NPM. But here, Kloudbean software makes it very easy to do that. And if we can go a little bit up, Vikram, I just want to see SSL certificates. Why is that important? I just want to emphasize that a lot of the nodes like WhatsApp and any kind of webhooks or HTTP nodes, unless and until, even though you have a self-hosted version, but if you do not have SSL certificates, if you do not have it running on a secure server, Facebook and these servers are not going to allow you to communicate with them. I'm pretty sure you must have seen these issues when you're doing it self-deployed. So this solves that problem. So I think Vikram has thought about everything, or Vikram's team has thought about everything, then have given a very easy way to incorporate all these solutions over here in a very clean and nice minimalistic dashboard. Vikram, I really like that. On top of that, backups. Why do you need backups? Because when you're selling to enterprises, you don't want to lose your servers, you don't want to lose your data, right? So if you guys are not taking backup, please take it now. If you don't have backups, come and get Kloudbean. It will be taken care for you, but don't lose your data. I have lost it and it's not nice. And the logs are always good if something goes wrong with your servers or application. You can always come and take a look. So Vikram, why don't we jump to the hardware itself, like the machine itself, and see the memory and servers on that one. What is how does the monitoring look over there? I want to see.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we're actually discussing about the n8n features. So the Supabase being installed, so now the server will be accessible to just see the settings. So this is the first screen which you see, as in where you can have IP address of the server, your username and password, which you can access for SSH, but you don't have to, because everything is available in GUI already. And at the same point of time, you just have to navigate to health, where you will be able to get every information about the RAM usage, disk usage, CPU usage, bandwidth, how much bandwidth has been consumed till now, inode usage, and swap memory. The basic things which one this pretty much everyone can actually understand these metrics.
Yeah, I'm like, a lot of people have questions about how my n8n is performing. Is it reaching the peak of the hardware that I'm using? And this will give a very good idea that whether you're reaching your limit or not. You're using entire RAM, whether you want to upgrade the servers or downgrade the servers so that you don't pay a lot. So this is an amazing view, Vikram. Yeah, please continue.
So if somehow, like, talking about sometime what happens is, if somehow your logs get so much clogged onto the server, you just don't have to go into logs deleting. You just have to run cleanup, and it will automatically going to delete the unnecessary logs which usually get created by a lot of application got installed. So and another thing is services. Since we are not actually limitizing you to just install n8n, right? So you can have WordPress, you can have your lovable websites, you can have your vibe coding programs, which you right now looking forward to build. Or you can host everything in just one click itself. Just bring the repo and it will automatically build and just deploy it on the cloud. So you have
Oh,
access
so
to
sorry, I'm like, as soon as you're saying something, something clicks my mind. So now I'm paying extra for hosting my websites on a different server. I'm paying
right.
to n8n Cloud or some other cloud provider for hosting it. And I can bring both of them together and
Right.
save money on both and have everything in the same place as well.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. All right, keep
So
going.
you
I
can
think
you can
I am going to start using this product if somebody else does or does not.
Absolutely, and we will really, really appreciate that, Isma, and the system we really like it. At the same point of time, when we talk about the Apache, MySQL, the basic services which are being running in the behind, right? So make it sure that
Yeah.
applications are up and running. So you do not have to go in if somehow something goes off, automatically you just have to click restart. If somehow you want to just make it sure. At the same point of time, there is varnish like things so that websites can actually have cached within the server, and the speed should be very much equivalent to what the search engines are looking forward to. So
Okay.
everything is pre-enabled, and you don't have to do again anything. But if you want to disable it, enable it, you can do everything from the dashboard. And talking about, there are a lot of things which comes under this. If somehow you have some Node.js applications, you have React.js applications, you can change the version as well. So it's not
Wow.
restrictive. So you can change the versions as well. Just one click and it will be done. So
Perfect.
talking about the configurations, there are a lot of configurations which are available with the server. You can change execution time, varnish cache timing, Nginx settings, MySQL settings. You can change anything from dashboard itself. Like usually what happens is people look forward to actually change the upload limits, so you can change it, and the execution limits, they can change it directly from here
Okay.
itself.
What
Talking about
about
the
the
bit
Bit Ninja? Yeah.
so Bitninja by default, we do enable a lot of security, but there are certain things which we don't enable directly, but the user can enable it by themselves. Since like giving example, Bitninja is totally free of cost. There is no upsell again. So the pro version of Bitninja will be automatically, just by clicking enable, it will enable firewall and intrusion detection systems. So if somehow something you want to make it sure that the server is more extra protected, right? So you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But why it is not enabled by default? Some conditions are there, like some applications get restrictive, right? So the functionality get hindered because it might
Yeah.
get blocked. So if somehow for the non-technical users, we just made it sure that it's not pre-enabled, because people start looking forward to that some things are not working, right? But it was
Yeah.
actually part of security.
So a lot of clients that I talk to as well, they want firewalls and security. So
Right.
if anybody who has an AI automation agency and they have real clients and they want to enable security, this is like a one-click solution that they can enable.
Absolutely.
And if they face
Absolutely.
any issues, your support team is available 24/7 to help them out.
Correct. 24/7, someone is going to available, and we have a record of actually responding in less than 30 seconds to anyone.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so the
And
meantime
is
to
there any
react is
additional
very.
cost for that, or is
No,
the
we are
support
not really
included?
charging. Everything is inclusive of the cost what you
Oh,
pay for
wow.
the time you created server. So there is no upselling. There is no something we're going to ask afterwards. The only thing which might occur is you have to upgrade your server. So that at that time you
Yeah.
have to pay. Otherwise, it's totally fine. You don't have to pay anything other than the subscription cost. So yeah.
So for
So
one
talking about
price, we are getting a lot of stuff over here, and that too with the ease of use and a 24-hour support model, which nobody is providing right now. I'm like, I have seen people using different cloud providers, and when I
correct.
jump onto the forums, their support people have not replied. Even they are on an enterprise plan, and that's just unheard of. This is a great alternative for people who wants to use all these softwares, not just n8n. And I thought it's just for n8n, and that's why we were talking. But now I can learn and I can see there is a lot more to Kloudbean than what I initially thought. So yeah,
Yes.
let's jump into the firewall.
Correct. So firewall, talking about the firewall, you can set up by default. It's actually allowing public accesses because,
Okay.
but if someone to make it sure that no one other than your IP address can, if you have a static IP address with you, you can just enable your IP address and it will be whitelisted. Other than you, no one will be able to access the server via SSH itself. Only the public facing application will be accessible by everyone, but not SSH. So no one can actually hinder the configurations or anything on the server itself. So same goes with the database. Yeah.
One question over there. Can I put a range of IPs? Like, can I put a cider block /16/24? And will that help to whitelist all those IPs?
Yeah, you can do that. You can actually add your wildcard as well. So we do actually allow wildcard. If you want to add wildcard, you can do that. at the same point of time, if someone, even if you don't enable it, right, and someone is trying to brute force, so the server is going to automatically block their IP addresses after one or two wrong attempts. So if somehow there are possibilities that some of the real users are actually get into this trouble, so they can actually unblock it just by canceling it. Just all you have to do is unblock. It will directly unblock that IP address, and this is something which enables more security. So we have enabled it. And talking about the SMTP, what happens is SMTP is like you just give directly to the access to every single application you install on the server itself. You just have to enable, configure SMTP within the server, and every REST application whichsoever is going to install onto the server will automatically get the access to SMTP. Like talking about the Supabase self-hosting, you have to enable SMTP by manually, right? So that is being taken care of as well. All you have to just select the Google. It's the majority of the people are using Google right now on the platform, and just bring your email address and the app password and save. Rest you don't have to do anything. Automatically, every single application will have SMTP access. Talking about next is backup, manage backups. It's just you can select the anytime. You can select on-site, off-site. Usually on-site is not recommended, so it's just make it sure that it's no selected always. And you can select the backup frequency up to 7 days to 6 hours a day. Every 6 hours you will be able to take it, and every 7 days. And by default we are giving 5 weeks. It's more than enough. 45 days you can have the retention, and just select 1 day or 6 hours. Every 6 hours or next 5 weeks you will be able to get multiple backup. And the biggest thing is we are not charging anything for the backups as well. So backups are inclusive of the cost. So there is no extra cost you have to pay for the backups.
You might just give the software for free, man. You're giving everything for free. This is you're just giving value over value. Other companies wants to upsell on everything, and you're like giving freebies after freebies for one single price. That's unheard of in 2025. So thanks. That's a great find for us. And these backups are different than the backups that we saw earlier, right? That were like the n8n backups. These are the server backups, or these both are the same things?
Okay. So how the backups works, right? So this is the server backups. This is the configuration for the whole server side. So any application which is going to be installed on the server will have a separate backups, and the server backups are going to these settings are going to enable this whole, as in it's more like an umbrella to every single application. So whatsoever the settings we make here on the server backup settings will be enabled and automatically deployed on every single application. So, and at the same point of time, this is not something which going to enable you to just snapshot. Usually what happens is a lot of people give you a full snapshot. They don't allow you to actually separately install, or somehow only one single application had to be backed up. So it is possible on Kloudbean. You don't have to fully reload the previous state of your whole instance. Usually people, cloud environment does this. So they just have an incremental snapshots, but this is not snapshot. It's offsite backups, incremental, but it's a archivable backups. So where every single database, every single website, every single file will be stored into S3 storage. This kind of backups is actually also considered as a enterprise level backup. So the disaster management is already being taken care. There is no possibility that even if you delete your server, there is a high chance we can actually get back the data itself. So this is the kind of backups are enabled.
You guys have thought about everything. That's what I can say. You guys have thought about everything.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I was saying that we just want to make it sure that if someone is relying on Kloudbean, right? So they should fully rely on it, and we should be giving them a really relaxed breath. Like if someone they are on Kloudbean, they don't have to worry about anything.
It's an enterprise-ready solution that anybody can use. Single person, agencies, or even enterprises, and they're all covered because you guys have thought about everything. Perfect. Thanks, Vikram. Let's move on with the show. And for my next question, I just wanted to ask, like, yes, you have a great software at a great price, but do you have any standout customers or stories where hosting with Kloudbean has made a real difference for their business?
Yes, we have one amazing story, an AI agency founder, and who is non-technical actually. We love actually non-technical people because we really think that we are actually putting so much of value to those guys, and really they really make their life so easy and really make them happy that they are able to actually host their applications. He used vibe coding for creating the whole SaaS product of him. So he used Cursor, and he used Lovable, and he used this Supabase and n8n. He used 4 of the services, and to just out of these 4 services, without knowing anything out of code, he was able to generate his own SaaS product, and he is right now selling it to multiple companies around the world. And he was really fascinating. So that's why I'm also sharing this with you. Before he jumping onto the Kloudbean, right? So he was actually juggling between multiple platforms, and also chasing his DevOps engineers so that they can always keep the application up and running. After switching and deploying entire stack front end, back end, and automation on a single dashboard, his product is now live, and he's never touched anything on the server side, on the code and the configuration. That's kind of impact we love to see actually on the Kloudbean, and look forward to serve these kind of customers as well.
Perfect. That's a pipe dream of everybody that is into a solopreneurship or AI agency right now. They want a solution which just works, and they want to have all these softwares loaded, and they should just work. And it's a great story. Thanks. I think a lot of people will connect with that right now. And any new features or partnerships that you're working on, Vikram?
So talking about the partnerships and the new features, right? So we are rolling out some pre-built project templates. Like we are working with a lot of companies and a lot of agencies around the world, right? So we have noticed that a lot of people are looking forward to have certain orchestrations which should be actually pre-built, can be pre-built and just made live just one click again. So we are kind of seeing certain platforms and making it more like a template where you just have to click as a template and it will launch multiple AI tools and automations automatically integrated in between. And we are also working on Zapier and Make integrations because a lot of requests are coming. So people really wanted those kind of automations as well, directly connected to Kloudbean itself. And new partnerships right now, just in the era of AI, right? So we are actually looking forward to have a lot of partnerships with agencies who are actually right now building automations for other companies and the businesses, and they are using us to just create a bundled offers. They are not selling servers or hosting itself, so they are looking forward to actually sell it as a bundled offer to their clients. They don't have to be worried about where the data is it secure, is it the backups are there, or somehow they wanted to make it sure that it's up and running all the time. So yeah.
Perfect. So the way I hear it is like, if I am an AI agency and I have clients, so I can tell them, okay, listen, host your n8n automations or any automations on my server, but behind their Kloudbean servers, I can upcharge them like $500 or $600, but behind that, I'm just paying $10, $20 or $40, whatever. So I can white label the service and sell it out. I think a lot of AI automation agencies would love that concept. So that's great as well. And one last thing, for our listeners, where is the best place to learn more and get started with Kloudbean?
So you can get ahead with Kloudbean.com, and for the listeners, especially for this podcast itself, and all of the people who are looking for listening this till now, we have a very exclusive offer for them. For next 3 months, you don't have to pay full amount. They are 40% off for every single user who is going to watch this video, and 3-day trial absolutely included into that. And all they have to just use is talk with Sandy when they sign up. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that discount, man. Anybody watching the video, the code is going to be listed. Just look out for it in the description, and you'll get 40%, like it's almost 50% discount for 3 months. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Vikram, for that. And once again, thanks a lot for coming on this podcast. This is my first podcast, so thanks for taking the time and talking to us, sharing these insights, and giving a sign-up discount to our viewers. And again, to my listeners as well, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're interested in modern software hosting solutions, definitely check out Kloudbean and just do the usual stuff, like, subscribe, share. It really helps. Every comment helps. And we also have a school community if you want to join. It's totally free, and we give a lot of quality content over there. So once again, thank you so much for joining, and see you in the next podcast. Thank you.